Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all time, and most artists know that dissing him would be a huge mistake. When MGK made comments about his daughter, it sparked a wild beef that led to some of the most savage disses in rap history. Here's how it all went down. Everything started back in 2012 when MGK tweeted about M's daughter, Haley. He wrote, "Okay, so I just saw a picture of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say, she is hot as f*** in the most respectful way possible, because M is king." The situation was quiet for a while. Then in 2015, MGK accused M of banning him from Shade 45. He told Hot 97,
certain people won't even listen or review this joint. Certain places you won't even hear Machine Gun Kelly on. Anybody who's trying to take food off of not just my plate, but like a whole city, you know, like it's more than just me, man. Like, let us win, man. Like, help.
M still didn't respond. So a couple years later, MGK took it a step further and sneak dissed him on Tech N9ne's track, No Reason. He said, "I pop cherries and pop stars. You popsicles is not hard. Popped in on the top charts out the cop car. To remind y'all, you just rap. You're not gods." He didn't call M out directly, but fans linked the bar to Eminem's track, Rap God. A few months later, M finally gave MGK some attention and aired him out on the track, Kamikaze. He said, "And I'm talking to you, but you already know who the f*** you are, Kelly. I don't use sublims, and sure as f*** don't sneak diss." MGK clapped back with the track Rap Devil, where he sent shots at M for being old and washed up. He rapped, "Tough talk from a rapper paying millions for security a year. I think my dad's gone crazy. Yeah, Haley, you right. Dad's always mad cooped up in the studio, yelling at the mic. You're sober and bored, huh? About to be 46 years old, dog. Man, you sound like a man up and handle your shit. Mad about something I said in 2012, took you 6 years and a surprise album just to come with a diss." Then he aired M out for blackballing them and said, "Let's talk about the fact you actually blackballed a rapper that's twice as young as you. Let's call Sway. Ask why I can't go up to Shade 45 because of you. Let's ask Interscope how you had Paul Rosenberg trying to shelf me. Still can't cover up the fact your last 4 albums is as bad as your selfie." MGK never tried to hide how big of an Eminem fan he was. He told The Breakfast Club, "I'm from Cleveland. I grew up 3 hours away from Detroit. I'm a white boy who's in a predominantly black neighborhood. Definitely in a predominantly black industry. Absolutely I'm f***ing with Eminem growing up. Without a doubt, I'm running away from home, I'm doing drugs, I'm getting jumped, I'm getting robbed. And here's this dude like, yo, I'm going through this shit too." He even called M the GOAT while he was dissing him on Rap Devil. He said, "Oh, you want some f***ing smoke? But not literally, you'll choke. Yeah, I'll acknowledge you're the GOAT, but I'm the gunner. I got you in the scope." After MGK dropped Rap Devil, M told Sway Calloway that the beef wasn't just about Haley. He said,
"The reason I dissed him is actually a lot more petty than that.
Okay.
The reason that I dissed him is because he got on. First he said, first when he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Like I'm trying to hinder his career. So I don't give a f*** about your career. You think I actually think about you? You know how many rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the conversation. I don't care if you blow or if you don't blow."
Fans weren't sure if M would send any more disses. But then, he shocked the whole game when he dropped the track Kill Shot. It's one of the most savage diss tracks in history, and it broke YouTube's record for most views in 24 hours when it racked up almost 40 million plays the first day out. M started off the song by trolling MGK for complimenting him on the diss track. He said, "Rihanna just hit me on a text. Last night, I left hickeys on her neck. Wait, you just dissed me? I'm perplexed. Insult me in a line, compliment me on the next." Then he aired MGK out for talking about his age with the line, "So before you die, let's see who can out-petty who. But I'm 45, and I'm still outselling you. By 29, I had 3 albums that had blew." MGK accusing M of blackballing him is allegedly what really started the whole thing. And M addressed it on the track and said, "Now let's talk about something I don't really do. Go in someone's daughter's mouth, stealing food. But you're a fucking molehill, now I'm gonna make a mountain out of you." M also called him out for not being a real rapper. He said, "You ain't never made a list next to no Biggie, no Jay. Next to Taylor Swift and that Iggy. you about to really blow. Then he turned up the heat by comparing MGK to his ops, Ja Rule and Benzino, with the line, Kelly, they'll be putting your name next to Ja, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker. Like the last motherfucker saying Haley in vain. That line is basically M saying he'll destroy MGK's career like he did Ja Rule and Benzino. Back in the 2000s, Benzino threatened Haley on the track Die Another Day and said, tell Haley it ain't safe no more. Daddy better watch your back at the candy store. We f***ed up. Resort to plan B. F*** around, she ended up like John Benet Ramsey. Ja Rule rapped about her on the track Loose Change and said, M, you claim your mother's crackhead, and Kim is a known slut. So what's Haley gonna be when she grows up? M clapped back at both of them and basically ended their careers. So he wasn't just throwing out empty threats. M also took shots at MGK for using his name for clout. After M dissed him on Kamikaze, a video started going around of MGK dropping champagne and listening to the track. On Kill Shot, M said, in a state of bliss, cause I said his goddamn name, now I gotta cock back, aim. Yeah, bitch, pop champagne to this. It's your moment. This is it. As big as you're gonna get, so enjoy it. Had to give you a career to destroy it. M didn't want to give MGK any shine, but he told Sway,
Now I'm in this weird thing because I'm like, I gotta answer this motherfucker. And every time I do that, I make them bigger by getting into this thing where I'm like, I wanna destroy him, but I also don't wanna make him bigger.
M finished off the track by dissing MGK for trying to be like him and said, I'm sick of your blonde hair and earrings. Just cause you look in the mirror and think that you're Marshall Mathers don't mean you are and you're not about it. So just leave my in your mouth and keep my daughter out it. The hip-hop community went wild over the diss, and a lot of fans compared it to the best diss tracks of all time. But MGK tried to brush it off and tweeted 2 weeks and 3 interviews later with a laughing emoji. Then the situation got wild when an actor named Gabriel Rodriguez walked up to MGK at a restaurant in Atlanta and said he was a for going for family. Later that night, MGK's crew jumped Rodriguez and stomped him out on video. Then, Rodriguez called MGK a coward for having his people handle his business and opened a lawsuit against him. It looked like the beef was about to really heat up. Then, MGK went on The Breakfast Club and said he wasn't gonna respond anymore after Kill Shot. He said,
I had a clip ready. I heard Kill Shot and I put that shit back in the holster. I'm like, oh, word. All right.
MGK got a lot of press over the beat, but according to him, it really hurt his career. In 2020, he told Interview Magazine, as a hip-hop album, Diablo is flawless front to back, and also a hint at the evolution of how it went into a pop-punk album. But it was coming off the tail end of that infamous beat, so no one wanted to give it the time of day. It's like, if you make a shit movie, and then you come out with a great movie right after, but people want to focus on the fact that they hated whatever you just did. What I did in the beef was exactly what it should be, but that project wasn't welcome. The beef settled down after Kill Shot, and in 2020, Eminem let fans know it was over on the track Unaccommodating. He said, but when they ask me, is the war finished with MGK? Of course it is. I cleanse him of his mortal sins. I'm God, and the Lord forgives even the devil worshippers. MGK hasn't beefed with Eminem for years, but what went down in 2018 is still following him. After he decided to leave rap behind and get into rock, MGK started beefing with Corey Taylor from the band Slipknot. They were supposed to collab at one point, but something happened behind the scenes that caused the fallout. Taylor sent a shot at MGK in an interview and said,
but the ones that really frustrate me are the ones that they take something that's been around forever and then just basically rework it and call it new. You know, even though it's completely derivative. I hate all new rock for the most part. I think the artists who failed in one genre and decided to go rock. And I think he knows who he is.
MGK got roasted like crazy on social media for taking L's in 2 different genres, but he isn't letting it stop the grind. He's still dropping music and getting roles in movies. So obviously, his fans are gonna keep rocking with him no matter how many beefs he loses.